right, beautiful. So Bruno invited me to host a session for you guys as I've just come back from India. I spent a couple of months there. So I want to share actually a lot of the love, the wisdom, the beautiful learnings that I got from that country. I'm actually born and raised in Gran Canaria, but I have Indian roots. So lately I've been feeling, especially through coaching and spirituality, very connected to my roots. And I think a lot of the wisdom that comes from the Eastern world can help us a lot in entrepreneurship and business. So a lot of the concepts that I might bring in today might be new for you. It might be a bit too woo-woo, might go a bit places. Please feel free to just raise your hand in between or ask a bunch of questions. I'm more than happy to answer stuff or like go over things bit by bit, go through things slower. And if things really just don't make up any sense, then please feel free to say that as well. Okay. So again, my name is Avi Adwani. For those of you joining, I'm a creative business coach. I'm super excited to be a part of the community of Bruno. And Bruno's community is all about expansion. And the reason I've created this session today is because expansion can happen from a lot of different levels. I feel like Barcelona, which is a place that I live in and some of you live in as well, is a place where a lot of us are trying to expand a lot from the mind. Right? We're trying to push, we're trying to grow our business, we're trying to make ends meet, survival, which is all great, by the way. We all have food to eat and rent to pay and all that stuff. But we started this coaching business because of a deeper calling we got here, or at least most of us did, right? We wanted to serve, we wanted to help other people, to wake up, to feel the light, to find their path, whether that's in their career, their confidence, trust in themselves. So this session is going to be a lot about moving back in, activating that passion, that purpose. Good so far, everyone? Yeah, making sense? Any questions? Anything anyone want to say or bring in? No? Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Barry. If you can turn on your camera, and if not, then I get it. I mean, maybe sometimes network or things are going on. All right. Okay, so we're just gonna start with a little bit of movement because some of you said we're here. And there's no music, but we're just gonna move and we're gonna create sounds with the mouth. And this is something that my previous coach, Timon, would always invite me to do. He's here with us right now. So we're just gonna stand up, all of us, and take up some space, as you see me here now. All right. On a train with dodgy connection. Okay. Well, if you can, Arthur, then stand up. If not, then I just invite you to wiggle on the train a little bit. Just like wiggle your arms a little bit. There we go. I see Timon in the groove. Shake the energy. Just like get on your feet, on the toes of your feet, and just like bounce a little bit. Move side to side, your body. Find your flow, find your flow. And then I invite you to just release, I don't know, whatever needs to be released today through your mouth a little bit. Let it go, let it go. Come on. Don't feel shy. No one's hearing you. Most of you are on mute, so just let that energy go, shake it off, give it a little twist, a little turn if that feels right, a little boogie, whatever's gonna get you in that nice little groove. Tap your body a little bit. Tap your body, bring in some love. Yeah, there we go, Sebastian. Loving it. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. All right, and just bit by bit, start coming back to me. There we go. Okay. How's everyone feeling now? For a little bit of movement. There we go. Cool. Okay. Everyone else?
Yeah, it makes your brain sharper when you get some oxygen going in your body.
And I see baby Karina has joined us as well. So super honored to have you here. How are you, love? Okay. It's gonna be really soulful and spiritual and fun today with her. So I'm gonna dive right in. I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see the screen so far? Yes, just a little thumbs up. So this session is called Soul Driven Success in 2025, and I already walked you guys through why we're actually here today. As Bruno said, we're having this really beautiful connection where I'm guiding him right now to move more from his mind into his heart. And the reason we do that is because there's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of deeper knowing that we all have that we're sort of suppressing, right? The mind kicks in, the mind starts telling us stories, don't do this, gotta chase more, gotta push more, gotta make more clients, gotta this, that, starts attaching us to all these outside things. But actually what we're doing is sometimes we're denying our body. We're denying our body, we're denying our heart, and we're feeling restless, we're feeling tired, burnt out. So this session at the beginning of the year is to energize you, is to bring you back into this space. So we're moving from here, from the heart. Okay. Now I'm going to walk you through a little concept that I learned in India, and if any of you have any questions at any point, please do feel free to interrupt me. Um, okay. So as you all know, I'm sure you guys are aware of this, there's the soul, the mind, and the body, or the three layers, right, that exist. Now, in India, there is this book called Vedanta, which is basically one of the most ancient scriptures, and it was something that was channeled by the yogis back in the day when they used to meditate in the mountains. And what happened is they wrote this book. Who's just welcoming in someone who's joining us? Priska, welcome. Thanks for being here. Awesome. Okay. So I was just walking them through a little bit of a concept that I learned in India. And basically, the idea is that there's three layers, right? And there is the layer of truth, which is our soul, which is who we are at our core, when we're present in the moment, when we're feeling gratitude, when we're feeling love, when we're feeling those higher vibrations. And then the mind comes in and tries to tell us stories, distract us, conditioning, all that kind of stuff. And then the body kicks in and says, I'm tired, or I've got to push more, I've got to create more. I want all of these things for myself. But at our core, we are the soul, right? So this is what this book, Vedanta, is constantly trying to tell us. There's actually a phrase in India in this book, which is called Atma is Satya and everything else is Mithya. So basically, the only thing that's true is your soul. The only thing that is true is this present moment. We try to attach ourselves to the things that our mind is telling us. I need to have more of this. I need to have more of that. I want this, I want that. Frustration, our body as well. I'm feeling tired, therefore I've got to just cave in and sort of like and soak into these feelings. So we start to like believe our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions, but we forget who we are at our core, the observer of our thoughts, the observer of our body, not the thought, not the body, just the observer, that humble, beautiful little entity sitting inside, just seeing all of that happen and still able to choose, still able to move with the soul. Is this making sense so far? Did this go into the clouds, or are we still okay?
Yeah, it
Okay.
makes sense. I'm a Christian, so I probably approach it from a different angle, but I think it's true. We are to stick with truth and always come back to that, and then our emotion and filter our emotions and how our body feels or anything else through that truth.
I love that. A very good example of this is every single morning, right? We wake up, we hit that alarm clock, and most of the time our mind or our body says, get back in bed, please. Especially in colder months, get back in bed, right? And all those voices and that body starts to give us indications. But at our core, we have that little entity that's saying, choose, right? Yeah, you do want to get back into bed. You do want to listen to your body, your mind, your stories, and all of that. Choose the light, move in this direction. And mostly an hour after, you'll start feeling amazing because you're like, wow, I stayed true to my word. I actually got out of bed. I feel amazing. I gave myself that moment of silence and I didn't listen to the stories in my mind and to my body. I chose to follow the light. I chose to follow God or the soul. So this is what this concept is sort of about. And I'm just gonna skip through this part. So we're gonna do a little exercise right now, which is we're gonna chant Om together. And maybe you guys have been to yoga classes before or to any other meditation classes and people have made you chant Om. Before we do that, I want you guys to understand maybe what Om actually stands for. Om, or AUM, Aum, is you moving from your body into your mind, into your soul. It's that subtle sound that allows you to transport one layer in. So when you chant Om and you have that silence at the end, that silence is for your soul. Is this making sense? Is this okay so far? Cool. So whether you want to close your eyes, you want to keep them open, you want to stretch your body a little bit, okay? We're just gonna chant Om together. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Allowing yourself to just feel the vibrations for a moment. While you were with your eyes closed or your eyes open, doesn't matter. Just reconnect with that truth. Your mind may have a to-do list, all the things that you have to do this evening. I've got to cook, I've got to do this, got to do that. Your body might be feeling a certain way. Come back, one layer deeper. Your consciousness wants to identify to all these things, just come back, one layer deeper, and connect again with the soul. Experience your mind, experience your body. The thoughts are there, just need to observe them. Okay. And bit by bit, just come back. Thank you. All right. So, I want to ask you guys a very simple question, and I'm going to open up the chat, or you guys can even open up and your mics and talk about this openly. What are things that usually, before talking about what helps you land in your heart, what are things that normally distract you from being in your body, from being in your soul? What are things that generally on a day-to-day level distract you or challenge you even?
Social media, stressful clients.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Anyone else want to open the mic and just share openly?
For me, business goals and following up the task to achieve the business goals.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Bruno. Prisca, I see your mic's on. Do you want to share?
Yeah, it was similar. It's more like I started using this word efforting instead of staying in, gratitude and trust. When I start trying to control things, instead of inviting them in.
I'm curious to ask you, how do you feel when you are in that place of efforting?
Anxious.
Mm.
And so concentrated in my head that I completely lose the sense of everything else. I lose the connection.
In those moments, do you feel like the mind's running the show, or the body and the heart is present and centered?
No, they're not present and centered at all. I'm sure they are somewhere, but they're not in a way that's linked to my head. I lose all somatic knowledge.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else want to share what are things that take you away from your body, or like challenge you, stress you throughout the day, or rob you of your calmness, of your peace?
For me, it's screen time. So spending a lot of time in front of the computer. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Clarina. Awesome. Anyone else, or should we keep going? All right, and then if I could ask you guys what helps you land. I'm just gonna have a read in a moment, but I'm just gonna ask you guys if anyone can share what helps you generally land back into your heart. What are those things that help you? This feels good. I feel present. I smell the flowers. I feel every pace when I'm walking.
So for me is when I take the time to observe what I already have. So, you know, like instead of focusing on like the things I'm still like lagging on and the tasks I haven't completed, is to be like, look at like the beautiful home that we have, the partner, partnering with the clients, the friends, like looking at all the things I already have, which if I look back were in my vision, but again, when I'm getting too focused on the future, the other happens. But this looking at what I already have brings me back to the heart.
I love that. So gratitude in a way. And I feel like you're surrounded by someone that is extremely grateful. He uses the word grateful at least 100 times in a day.
Yes, in fact, I was going to add that literally what he said, but for me, is in one way, in one word, is the gratitude. Like constant gratitude for every little thing I have in the present moment, help me to land back into my heart.
I love that. Thanks for sharing, Bruno. That's very important for all of us to listen to. Anyone else want to share what helps you land back into your heart? Yes, please, go for it.
So for me, it's mainly two things. So one is spending time in nature. So as soon as I get into nature, I just walk in nature. This is I immediately find peace and I'm just in the present moment. And the second thing, because it's not accessible for me on a daily basis, is Kundalini yoga. So breathing and meditation and yoga postures. That's let's say my daily thing that I do in the morning that helps me to tune in. And because I find it very consuming to be in the head. For me, is like, I find it very demanding, very demanding.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Movements, medicine, gratitude is medicine. Slowness, moving with slowness as well. It's always, I remember when Timon was coaching me back in the day, and I'd come into a session very rushed. He'd always ask me to speak a bit slower, move a bit slower, write a bit slower. And every time I did things just a tiny little bit slower, you land back. You're not identified with the rush of the mind of, I gotta do this, I gotta reach, I gotta finish my to-do list. You're okay, let's come back. I'm here. That was really refreshing. Okay, so sorry about that. So we're just gonna keep going. These are some of the things that help me stay grounded, that help me land back into my heart. I use this mantra a lot, only the now is real. Or sunshine really helps me. As you see this teddy bear, I think Bruno can relate. I'm a teddy bear that loves to dance. I dance a lot as well, and Bruno does a lot of bachata dancing. That's his soulful connection with his heart. As you can tell, he even has an Instagram account for it, which is awesome. But like putting my feet on grass, just feeding the flowers, moving, yoga, like Karina was saying, laughter, connection, going into nature with people, going for hikes, or lighting an incense. Lighting an incense has such a strong effect on me. It's just the smell, the energy that you create, the mantras that you play, you create like a ritual around landing back. And from that place, you move completely differently. Well, that's in life, in business, in your relationships, you have a lot more patience, you have a lot more gratitude. So the reason I'm asking you guys this is because it's very important for us to understand what are those things that are destroying our energy and what are those things that are creating our energy. Now, I'm going to walk you through a concept that is very, very common in India, and it's something that's starting to become very popular in the Western world as well, which is the balance between masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine energies, destruction and creation, death and birth, right? So as you see in front of you right now, the god in front of you right now is called Shiva, right? A lot of people pray to Shiva in India. He is one of the gods that is really respected. But what a lot of people don't know is that Shiva is actually constructed of Shiva and Shakti merged together. His husband and wife merged into one being. Now, what are we trying to say with Shiva and Shakti, right? Masculine and feminine energy need to coexist together in order for harmony to happen in this world. We can only take action once our intuition and our Shakti and our creative force has given us the wisdom in order to take informed and inspired action. If we're just taking action for the sake of feeding the ego, we're just throwing shit everywhere. It's like trying to DM everyone and trying to get clients, trying to hustle and wrestle and go to networking events and trying to desperately make stuff happen for your business, but you're frustrated because nothing's happening. The reason why nothing's happening is because a lot of us are not listening to our Shakti, right? That creative force that we all have within us, that intuition that's telling us, go here. You might just have a little bit of fun and then, ooh, a new opportunity might open up. Something else might come your way. So Shiva and Shakti are also very important gods because Shiv is the god of destruction. In order to create and give birth to anything in 2025, whether that's your goals, whether that's your vision, whether that's 10K, 3 more clients this month, whatever it is, it's very important to ask yourself, what do you want to destroy first? What is currently taking, so whether you guys want to take a screenshot of this and journal about this later, or you guys want to have a little introspective moment, but I'd even love to ask you guys, like, what is currently taking away your life force? What is draining your energy on a day-to-day level? You know, for me, sometimes it's comparison, being on my phone, obsessing about content instead of just like putting stuff out there. And it's really important to ask ourselves, what is dimming my light and keeping me trapped in old ways? Because then when that happens, as you see over here, our energy just fades. We're just losing energy for the sake of it, instead of channeling it and expanding it. Can anyone answer what's currently destroying their energy? Or that's not that big word, but what's currently dimming their light or draining their energy? Yes, please, Priska, go for it. I hope I'm saying your name correct.
Yes, correct. It's Priska.
Okay.
Yeah, what usually shuts me down is financial concerns, and it takes me off the creative path and keeps me spinning.
Now, I'm just gonna ask everyone to show a raise of hands if this is relatable. Financial concerns getting in the way day to day from being in the light, moving more towards God, creativity, service. Okay. So as you see, Priska, this is more relatable. This is relatable to a lot of people, and even people that are not turning, like Perry, have just put a thumbs up. So, okay. Anyone else want to share what's dimming their light or draining their energy on a day-to-day?
I think for me, it's not being satisfied where I'm currently at. Yeah, that can really drain my energy because then I'm in my head like, I want or I need to be at point B, but I'm still at point A. And then you'll experience the pain of not being there.
Simon, please, if I can invite you to keep the mic on for just a second.
Yeah.
So I invite you to tap into your inner Shiva for just a moment now, right? Because you have this energy within you as well. What are you willing to destroy in order to create more space for what you truly do want?
Expectations of myself, rather than being in the now. It's all about the expectations.
Is there anything that can help you cut that cord?
What for me helps is being as much in the now as possible. So becoming more aware of the thoughts that I am having and knowing if those thoughts are serving me or not.
Okay, okay. What would happen if you really did work on being the Shiva towards those expectations and destroying that side of you? What would you give birth to? Or the creation side of you want to do more of?
I think I will give more birth to things that I can't oversee rationally, but that my soul, my spirit wants the path to walk. So it's more letting go of the control, letting go of expectations where it's going to be, and just following those moments of excitement in the now and see where it will land. Because I know if I follow them, it will be the best outcome. But still, my mind is thinking of needing to control the outcome.
Perfect. Completely understand what you mean. So if we go back to one of our first drawings, sometimes the soul and the consciousness gets attached to the mind and the body, right? We're getting attached to all these things, but at the core, you know that you want to move back into that place of excitement. Is that sort of making sense?
Mhm.
We're coming back to, okay, awesome. So these are concepts that I'm very briefly going through here because of being mindful of time of everyone as well, but we will cover this further in expansion as you keep going further. We will be covering masculine and feminine energies, Shiva and Shakti, and we will be looking at business creation from a place of a bit more of a spiritual place, soulful place. So I wonder, and I would love to ask some of you as well, what makes you light up? What makes you come alive? And where do you experience joy, lightness, freedom, and loving energy? What are those things on a day-to-day basis, or sometimes that you know activate you? Anyone here?
I'll go.
Okay.
For me, like one big thing, the first thing, and maybe because I see the guitar right here, is singing. Like it's not just singing, it's anything where I feel like I'm fully expressed. When I'm on the stage to giving a talk, creating a workshop, delivering a workshop, but like using my voice in general, could be dancing, but like in general, like using my voice, like singing, giving a talk, coaching, that lights me up.
Beautiful. So the vocal chakra is where your Shakti is, your power.
Yes. And this is what I do for
Beautiful.
other people too. You know, it's like working on that chakra. So I'm
I love
aligned.
that. Every Wednesday um every Wednesday with Sebastian, we're learning how to become magnetic speakers, which I love as well. Really powerful sessions. Okay, so Shakti, by the way, is another word for power. Shakti literally translates to power. Understanding your Shakti, you'll be able to actually connect more to your power and give birth to more things that have lightness, joy, and God in them. When clients get great results and understanding that building a great culture is key. I love that. So client satisfaction is something that lights you up. It makes you come alive. Thanks for sharing, Perry. Anyone else want to share what makes them come alive, or
I was gonna
uh,
share the same thing that Perry said. Like honestly, and again, another moment of gratitude here. Like end of the year, I literally look at all of your messages, all of your wins. Look at even small wins. Doesn't have to be big. And seeing those wins literally light me up completely. Those are the things that I think light my heart the most. And then dancing, of course.
I love that. Nice. Okay. Any of you want to answer? Reshma, Juanfra, I know you've been, or Arthur, any of you feel like answering? What lights you up? What expands your potential? Where do you feel lit up? I know that for me, it's public speaking. When I'm in spaces where I can talk to an audience and I can really connect to their hearts, a part of me just wakes up and I feel connected to something bigger than me. So I know I need to move in that direction. Yes, Sebastian, I see you looking at me. I do need your help. Beautiful. Um, who else? Okay, I'm just gonna continue. If anyone else remembers anything that helps them light up, we can talk about it. So I want to walk you guys through a strategy that I've designed, and it just came through to me as I was building this. When I teach others this stuff, I love it, Arthur. I feel like just by seeing your messages, I see you're a quite spiritual guy yourself, and you enjoy these kind of conversations. So I've designed a little strategy or a little diagram, and I'm going to draw it out for you guys as we talk right now. It's called the Bloom strategy, which is about being all of you or being more of you. Because expansion is about expanding your soul so that people can grab that. People can grab that and transfer their abundance to you because of that beautiful energy that you're giving them. People will want to pay you if you activate more of you. People will want to have more of what you have within you if you tap into more of that as well. So I'm just going to do a little drawing over here. Can everyone still see my screen? Yes? So I'm going to apologize in advance for my ugly drawing skills online. But here's a little visual representation of what I'm talking about. So here's us, right, at our core. The source, the being, the light, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, that's us at our core, that center, not the mind, not the body, not distracted by thoughts of not enoughness, not distracted by our fear. This is us at our core, in our serenity. And now every single day, we're guided to make choices all the time. Shall I eat this or shall I eat that? Should I consume social media or shall I spend time in silence? We're constantly guided towards decisions and choices every day. Some of those choices will bring you back to the light, right? More of those choices, let's say doing physical exercise and staying true to your word will help you expand your light and will help you feel really good about yourself. Eating clean and eating healthy and not overeating sometimes and not filling ourselves to the brim will make us feel really good and balanced and will expand our light. However, sometimes distracting ourselves with social media will make us lose our light. It will just dissipate and leave. So the Bloom strategy is about understanding what are the things that help me amplify my light, help me amplify these sort of wings, if you want to call them, like we can see them right now, and help me come back bigger and better towards myself. And what are those things that I need to start being Shiva towards and just start noticing this is leaking my energy, right? Obsessively talking about money or obsessively talking about how I don't have enough is not helping. Well, how about I take on this beautiful practice that Bruno's really implementing in his life, and I start practicing gratitude every single morning and every single night. And I come back even more to the light. I start to realize everything that I have. How's this landing with everyone so far? Yeah, is this making sense? Yeah. So I invite you to try that. You don't have to do this right now, but I invite you to try doing this diagram right after this call. Spend just like 5 minutes if you can. Very much so. Love the drawing. Thanks, Arthur. I invite you to just take 5 or 10 minutes to have a little creative moment. Take a few colors if you want, whatever feels right. Pen, paper, or Canva, like you see me doing. And just ask yourself, what are those things that help me amplify my light? Public speaking for Sebastian. Wow, I feel really lit up. I feel like I'm coming back to my truth, to the God within. Bruno, when I serve my clients, I feel like I'm expanding who I am. I want to serve more clients. Boom. I come back to more of my light. I expand who I am. Right? But I don't know. Staying up late and drinking alcohol on the weekdays and waking up really drained and tired and not showing up at my best towards my coaching sessions. Maybe it's draining my energy. It's like moving me away from God. What are the things that are moving you closer to God and to your core essence and amplifying that? What are the things that are taking you away? And now, this is not just something, the little things you do. I want you to start noticing this day to day, right? You're done with a coaching call. And sometimes our natural response after a coaching call is, oof, I need to decompress. Let me just get my phone and scroll on social media for a bit. Understand what you're doing there. Are you moving away from God? Or does God just need a moment to sit in the sun and absorb that beautiful conversation you've had with a client so that it can come back and feel the gratitude, feel the power, feel the love that you transferred to that person? Right? Moving in and out of the light is something you do every single moment. Making sense? Does anyone want to add or ask something? Timon, I see your mic is on. Do you feel like sharing something?
No, it's all clear. I love it.
Okay, cool. Anyone else want to ask something, share something?
I know that it's probably done on purpose, but I love how, every time you come back, you're like drawing a beautiful flower that is blooming out energy, solar, joy. Like, I know it's probably done on purpose, but I love the visual idea also that is connected with this.
Thanks, Bruno. I appreciate it. Good so far. Anyone else feel like sharing? Perry or Karina, do you feel like sharing anything? Should we keep going? Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna share again the other one. All right. So yeah, homework for you guys. If you feel like sharing a little drawing, even on the group chat, I know me and Bruno will both be happy to see everyone's drawings. So you have the WhatsApp group chat. After that, just send your drawings. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just show us what expands your light and show us what is taking away your light. And maybe together we can keep each other accountable. We're all part of the same tribe. We're all part of expansion. Let's help each other move more towards God, move more towards the expansion and the extension of who we are, and start destroying more of those things that are not serving us so that we can serve with more light, serve with more love. Okay. So from that place, I invite you to ask yourself, when you have connected to that place of joyfulness, when you have connected to that place of, I want to honor more my light, where is your soul guiding you from here? Right? What are some goals, or what are some pieces of clarity, or what are some intentions you want to bring into 2025? Does anyone have any sort of like natural inclination they're getting from this conversation? Like, oh, I'd love to, my soul would feel really awake if I did more of this stuff. Anyone here?
I think for me, it's coaching people as well. It's really helping people to connect with their emotions, especially people that are making quite some money, but they're stressed out because they think they need to have more. So yeah, by helping them, I'm helping myself at the same time. So I love to really help people to become first aware of even the sensations that are going on in their body.
Beautiful. Priska, I feel like you want to share?
Yeah, embracing imperfection and just being in the spirit of fun and transparency and openness and being able to roll with what is calling me, trying not to control things.
I love that. Now I'm gonna ask for both of you for just a moment. Priska, I'm gonna continue with you since your mic's on, to set an intention or to set a clear action step from that place. All right, I want to move into a place of more imperfection, have more fun, more lightness. What does that look like in a goal even this week? It's Monday. What would that
Well,
look
I'll
like
tell you
this
what
week?
it was supposed to be yesterday. I was supposed to send out a message to all my networks about inviting them into a journey with me as I go onto we'll call it biohacking. It's a bit different, but onto my own journey for something, which is a big difference from being a super private person to just being in a joyful state of experimentation and having your friends along for the ride. But I haven't done that because I haven't gotten the technical side of it set up to have like capture their emails and all this stuff. So, but this week.
Okay. Do you wanna give us all a date so we can keep you accountable in the group chat? We all heard you on this call today.
Yeah, so I'm traveling tomorrow all day. So I was gonna Google the shit out of it until I figured it out. And so I will send out the message on Wednesday
Lovely.
when I get to Dubai.
Lovely. Can't wait to celebrate you. We all can't wait to celebrate you on Wednesday then.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Lovely. Okay, Timon, what about you? You said that it makes you really happy to help people that have a lot of money, but they still feel like they want more. They don't feel like they have enough. Where's your soul guiding you more on a concrete action level?
If I think about concrete actions, something I had in mind for a few months, the last few months, is to just create a small group of entrepreneurs already, just for free, that they're able to, on a weekly basis, come in, help them to connect with their emotions together, and from there, maybe let's see what's happening. So really help them with some breath work, make that connection, and see what's happening.
Beautiful. Now, I know, I speak for myself, but I know a lot of us will probably want to join. I can't wait for this first session to happen in Barcelona. So
Cool. Sounds
give us
good.
give us a concrete plan. What are you doing this week to activate that, to move that God into
Uh,
that direction?
okay, I will create a WhatsApp group and find people that are ready to start feeling.
Yeah. By when, and share it with us when?
Um, Tomorrow,
Awesome. So we also can't wait
I
to
will write
celebrate
it
you
down.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We can't. All right, beautiful. Now this is what we're all doing. We're creating. you're tapping into your Shakti, by the way, Priska, Timon, and all of you. Whether you're reflecting, whether you're sharing right now or not, you're tapping into your nature. Now, they say in India that the soul's true nature is Sat Chit Ananda. So for those of you that are in this call and trying to understand what these three words mean, Sat means truth, Chit means existence, Ananda means bliss. Everything in life that feels like you're following your truth, you're listening to that voice within, you're feeling your existence, you're feeling that joyfulness in your existence, and you're feeling bliss, know that you're moving in the right direction. Know that you're moving with your soul. Everything that's not feeling like Sat Chit Ananda, consciousness, bliss, joyfulness, lightness, know that you're just banging your head against your ego. Your ego is just guiding you somewhere, and you're just gonna come back burnt out and tired. Does that sit well with everyone? Okay. So once again, because of time, I'm gonna ask you guys to take a little screenshot, but this is another, if the question above didn't help or was maybe a bit too open, where is your soul guiding you right now? I invite you guys to reflect on these questions as we start the year. I know Bruno and Sebastian in the coming days are gonna have more action-driven coaching sessions about creating more accountability, about creating more weekly and monthly targets, but I really want you guys to have an open-ended conversation with yourself today. What is my larger than life purpose in life? What are those unique gifts and how would I love to share them with the world? And where is that inner light naturally guiding me, right? Not because I'm trying to chase, not because I'm trying to push, make it to the end of the month. Okay, where is that inner light naturally guiding me? For Timon, it's I really want to create a community where I can start helping people connect with their body. Does anyone want to share? Where is that inner light guiding you? That flow? Where are you feeling that natural current guide you in 2025? Has anyone received any sort of like, oh, that'd be fun? Anyone here? Sebastian, have you received anything?
Yeah, I want to share on the last one, but that's perfect too. The first thing is I want to systematize more all my wisdom. So something I have not fully done, for example, with the 12 languages I speak, is to create a full-on resources to pass on all my wisdom on language learning. For now, this is not the priority, but like around speaking, they have so much on how to structure a talk, find your true message, and so many things around speaking that I've kept on repeating over and over, and I've led master classes and all, but I'd love to make it so easy to consume, closer to a book, simple framework for people so that I can systematize everything I know about it. And then I can still coach people on this in the application, but at least I have a resource I can send, and obviously lead magnets and like the whole funneling into this. And on the other side is clearly like the in-person work. So like I want to do this to systematize so I can go back to also having the deep in-person. I was grateful, for example, to coach Karina in person not so long ago, because I feel like there's a level of depth in retreats also, where I spend the New Year's in a retreat, and I felt like there's something that happens there when we're all together in a space that we cannot replicate by just being all in different environments.
I love that. And what does step one look like that? Like, what does step one look like for you? Where is your soul saying, "Ooh, that'd be fun. I know I would love to start this way."
Clearly, like working for you guys actually is my first step, because like instead of repeating, I'm creating the workbooks like you've received for the 2024. I'm going to create more resources also for Wednesday, and for every session I actually have started almost finished creating a 2025 roadmap for speaking, like where you plan out your years and your speaking engagements so that you can start doing the actions in January to get on the stage in September. And so these kind of resources, like already doing it for you guys, is a great invitation, and obviously sharing that with as many people as possible.
Can't wait to receive it.
It's coming.
Super excited for that. Awesome. Beautiful, man. Thanks for sharing. Cool stuff. Okay, so a lot of you may be on this session asking yourselves, why is this guy randomly trying to connect us to our soul? Why is he trying to connect us to the light? Why is he trying to connect us to God? And why should we even follow lightness over hustle, burnout, fear, or over pushing and constantly being hard on ourselves? Why should we even follow lightness? Before I can even answer that or even give my 2 cents about that, does anyone know why we should follow lightness or why it would be beneficial to do that?
To be in flow state. For me, it's about when I follow it, when I follow my highest passion, I will forget about time as if like the time flies and I'm really in flow state and it really feels good.
Nice. Karina, do you wanna share? Why do you feel we should follow lightness a bit more? Why? How would it benefit you?
Because it's energizing, it's very natural. I think you feel like when you are in that state, you feel really aligned and you naturally attract what you need to attract. And I think, yeah, it's also a very high vibrancy and yeah, I think we are fulfilled on a very deep level when we follow that.
Hmm. Well, you just answered the rest of my presentation today, so just bye everyone. No, great. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Karina. And this is something that I wanted to share with you guys. I was super excited to share it. The reason we follow lightness is because your core identity expands. You want to call it universe, you want to call it God, you want to call it your innermost, truest, ignited, playful, joyful, happy self. It expands. Now, what is your core identity? We have two identities. Our shell identity, right? I think some of you may have heard of this concept before. The shell identity, which is who we think we need to be in order to be loved, accepted, who we think we need to be in order to push, grind, get results in our life, and who we truly are at our core, and how we truly want to navigate in life when we trust, when we flow, like Simon was saying, when we follow that childlike curiosity and we're like, ooh, I want more of this, and let me just go down this rabbit hole and build more of that. And the thing is, when we let go of what we think we need to do, right? Our conditioning, we need to push or whatever it is, or we think we need to be, and we tap into our core identity. As Karina was saying, we become magnetic. People are like, ooh, what's this energy about? Why is this person so tender? And why are they enjoying themselves so much? I want a bit of that. I want to jump on that. We radiate joy, and people want that. People feel safe to tap into their own core identity when we have unleashed our own shell. When we let go of our shell, we let go of all the things that we think we need to be and think we need to do, and we just follow our soul. People sense that, and they're like, oh, let me sign up. Let me work with this guy. And a natural effect of that, whether you want to call it money, freedom, joy, is abundance. How's this sitting with you guys? Does this make sense? Yeah. Was this new for anyone or sort of makes like it's just a reminder of things we already know? Okay. Cool. I'm guessing that sits well with everyone and we can go ahead. All right. So my last question to you guys today is how do I know when I'm living my truth? Right? How do I know when I'm living in my heart? How do I know when I'm taking decisions from my heart space, from courage? How do I know when when I'm moving in that direction and when I'm actually starting to move away a little bit from the destruction kind of habits, the things that are weighing me down, the thoughts that are weighing me down? How do I know when I'm living my truth? And to be honest, I'm going to say something that one of my coaches told me once, which is you always know, right? You always know. I'm going to give you an example. I was in a relationship for a couple of years and I had an inner knowing that kept on coming back. This is not the one. And I'm like, shh. This is not the one. And my mind kept going, shh. But here's the thing. I needed one conversation with a relationship coach and for someone to just tell me, you know. you know which direction is expansion for you. You know which direction is more growth for you, and you know what is not doing that for you right now. So the more we keep going down the path of destruction, the more we're actually just ignoring our truth, ignoring our power, ignoring our potential, ignoring the wisdom that we receive on a daily basis. Should I go here? Should I not? I know. All right. It requires courage to move in that direction. Not a lot of us choose it. However, here in expansion, that's what we're here for. We're here to expand our light, and that's why Bruno's handpicking all of you guys. Bruno and Sebastian, both of you, are handpicking all of you guys because you guys are all moving towards courage, towards more of you. Does this make sense? Yeah. Bruno, how's that?
I literally just said powerful.
You literally did that. Say that out
I
loud.
said it and wasn't me. Like
Thank you.
I read this quote. I don't remember what book was that, which was saying, praying is when you're talking to God, and intuition is when you listen. And I think connects really well to what you just said, that we always know. We just have to listen to our intuition and trust. I mean, faith. Like one of your questions before was also, what is a life purpose that is bigger than you? And for me is expansion, what we're doing right here. And it's literally bigger than me because I don't have to be the only coach. Because, for example, now talking about spiritual journey, I was like, who better than my spiritual coach, who just had an amazing trip in India, can literally guide expansion to connect to the earth, to guide them in their spiritual growth. Or if someone want to speak more in public, who better than this guy who done 4 TEDx and speak 12 languages can do it. So like connecting to things that are bigger than us also force us to take this decision that help us to build those things that are bigger than us. So this presentation, this workshop that you've done today was super, super powerful. I think we all agree that it gave us some inspiration. And for me, this is just the beginning. This is where we want to go with the journey of expansion this year.
And I want to say, like, what a way to start the year. Like, first session, January 6th. I love that you made a mention to today's theme, which is like Reyes Magos. That's how to say that. But like 6th of January. And I was literally telling him before, like, I want to use this day to connect to the kings and queens and connect to that energy. So I felt like that was a fantastic way to start 2025 of expansion.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. And now remember that you connected to all 3 kings today. Shiva, one of them, Shakti, the other, and then the one right here, the one that you're talking from. Know that all of that is here, and those 3 are one. They're all in here. So thank you all of you for listening to a lot of the things that I've received from really beautiful people in India, sages, spiritual guides, and the path that you always know sometimes comes with a lot of unknown, uncertainty, fear. Oh, should I actually trust this path? I don't really see ahead. You know your soul wants to guide you there. You know lightness and playfulness wants to guide you there, but you don't always see where it's going to lead. Is it going to lead to the 10K? Is it going to lead to the clients? But what you do know is that as we go back, the more your core identity expands because you follow joy and lightness, abundance is a natural byproduct of that. So I invite you guys to just practice trust, practice moving in that direction. This is a little quote that I wrote because of the work I've been doing with my clients recently. Being a slave to our mind is easy. Following what the to-do list is easy. Choosing to trust and follow our heart, that's what true courage is about. You get to choose every day. And that's it. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your time. And if anyone wants to ask questions or share anything, I'm more than happy to stick around for a moment.
Thank you, brother.
My pleasure. Thank you. Anyone want to share any words, Priska, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm definitely gonna move to the light, and I like I'm gonna take with me the question about what is helping me expand or inviting me. That's gonna be my operative question as I move for the next couple of weeks.
I love
Thank
that.
you.
Please, if you can, and I understand that everyone's time zones are different, do take a little moment to do that drawing. If there's anything you do after this session, just do that little drawing and send it in the group chat. I know Bruno, I know all of us would love to see, oh, so this is what makes Timon really happy. This is what expands Timon and Priska's light. And this is what's currently dissipating her light. Okay, cool. Great stuff. Cool. Happy Monday, everyone. Enjoy your Three Kings celebrations.
Avi, I want to celebrate you for your incredible timekeeping. You're literally like 19 to turn. Wow.
That's the first time, by the way. I always run over.
Avi, thank you again for taking this invitation. Was really the
Thank you.
perfect way to start the year. If I can ask you just one little favor, if you can give everyone, me included, the instruction of this drawing that you're talking about. So it's literally just drawing and writing the things that light us up in the drawing, or like if you can give us like a short instruction, so Mitsu and I can include it.
Sorry, okay. So you want me to just write a little bit something on a WhatsApp group
Exactly
and
the
then
instruction of how to do this drawing step by step.
And an example,
I'll
like,
do I'll do my own drawing and I'll show you guys. I'll do something on my own on a white sheet of paper. I'll send you a photo and that way you guys can see how it goes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so in 2025, I had my main focus on really flowing between the Shakti and the Shiva. And could you maybe share a little bit about how you are doing it, like between doing and not doing, like how does this look like for you?
So I was just in a session with a coach and he helped me understand something really powerful. He said, as soon as you're feeling tightness in your body, know that you can't trust your mind in that moment. Right? Because when we're feeling tightness in the body, there's either two things you're going to do, right? I don't want to do this anymore. Or you're going to go all in and you're just going to like, I need to look for more clients. I need to do more of this. In those moments, in order for you to trust the health of your mind, the positivity of the thoughts, those like blissful kind of like creative thoughts, the first thing is to cater to your body first. Right? Shiva and Shakti and you, Karina, you're living inside this beautiful temple. God is living in this temple. But if that temple feels like this, right, you know that whatever's going to come out of it is also going to have this energy on it. In that moment, sometimes all we need is a walk. You know, a walk, deep breaths, and then to come back from like, that feels easy, that feels light. And all of a sudden your mind would start telling you, oh, why don't you approach this person that you haven't spoken to in a very long time? And then you lead the conversation, and the next thing you know, they booked a call and you're coaching them in a week from now. Does that sort of answer the question? I don't know if I went in another direction.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
So Shiva and Shakti, your Shakti, which is your feminine energy, is intuition. It's aware. That feminine is always aware. That's why a man feels safe with a woman, right? A man's sort of restless and he's sort of doing his things, and then a woman comes into his life and he's like, I can finally open my heart. I can finally share something with a woman because there's a level of vulnerability that I can tap into. But that woman had that safe space. So Shakti is there to help you create that safe space for you to rest and calm and come back to your heart. And when you've come back to that place, your Shiva will know what to do. You'll receive the impulses of creativity. You'll be like, okay, my soul is guiding me here. Boom, let's go. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm glad this is landing well with all of you. I know it can be foreign concepts, but yeah. Okay. Any other questions or anything else you want to ask, Karina?
No, thank you so much.
Vale.
Thank you.
Gracias. All right. Well, I'm just going to say thank you and goodbye to everyone. Wishing you a beautiful evening, and I'll share my video very soon with all of you. Namaste. Take care.
Namaste.
Ta-ta.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.